Hello and welcome back to Practical Skills Sacred Roots. If you're new here, I'm thrilled to have you join our journey of exploring practical life skills grounded in faith. In our last video, Saying Merry Christmas is Radical, a declaration of faith, we uncovered the power behind a simple greeting and its profound meaning. Today, as we wrap up the holiday season and look toward the new year, I have an important question for you. Is thinking positively enough to carry you through the challenges and surprises of the coming year? Let's dive into this together. The new year often brings with it a surge of optimism. Many of us expect it to be a time of fresh beginnings, a clean slate, and better days ahead. People encourage each other to make New Year's resolutions and adopt a positive mindset. And why not? Positive thinking is inspiring, right? It feels good to say, this year I'll focus on the good and stay optimistic. But let's be honest, what happens when things don't go as planned? When trials, setbacks, or discouragement hit, does positive thinking alone sustain you? Imagine this. You've set a New Year's resolution to improve your health, exercising regularly and eating better. The first 2 weeks go great, you're on track and feeling motivated. Then, life happens. A family emergency disrupts your routine and suddenly the progress you made feels insignificant. Do you find yourself slipping into discouragement? Do you tell yourself to just think positive and hope things will work out? Positive thinking, as helpful as it is, often relies on our own strength. It's rooted in our careful calculations or the belief that circumstances will turn in our favor. But here's the reality. Many things in life are beyond our control. If things don't go the way we expect, where do we turn for renewed strength? Some might argue, just focus on a positive mindset. But don't you think that oversimplifies the human experience? Positive thinking has its limitations. It can lead to emotional suppression, where people avoid dealing with grief or pain. It sets high expectations for happiness, leaving us feeling like failures when we fall short. And it can create a false sense of progress without real effort. This year, I invite you to try something deeper: cultivating hope. Hope isn't just optimism, it's a theological virtue, a divine gift. While positive thinking comes from within, hope comes from God. It's not something we manufacture but something we receive and nurture through faith and free will. Hope directs our thoughts, words, and actions toward God, trusting in His faithfulness even when circumstances challenge us. As the Catechism of the Catholic Church teaches, hope sustains us in trials, prevents discouragement, and aligns our aspirations with God's divine will. So how do we appreciate and cultivate this gift of hope? First, start with prayer. Take time daily to pray for God's grace to fill your heart with hope. Be honest about your struggles and surrender them to Him. Next, reflect on Scripture. Verses like Jeremiah 29:11 remind us of God's promises. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Another step is practicing gratitude. Focus on the blessings in your life, big or small. Gratitude nurtures a hopeful outlook. Community support is also vital. Surround yourself with people who inspire your faith and remind you of God's goodness. Finally, live your faith. Actively participate in the sacraments, especially the Eucharist. It's in these sacred moments that we renew our hope in God's promises. So as you step into this new year, remember, positive thinking is great, but it's not the whole story. Cultivating hope is what sustains us when life gets tough. Let's make this year not just about resolutions, but about relying on God's promises, knowing He is with us in every trial and triumph. If this message resonates with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your hopes for the new year in the comments below. And if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who might need encouragement today. Until next time, stay rooted in faith and practical in life. Wishing you a hope-filled new year.